So in this video, I will be solving activity 8, which was the thing that you have to do last week. You can check this video to see if you got the answers right, or if you got something wrong, you can check how it's done. So let's begin with the first exercise. In here, let's analyze what it says. It is a future problem. So the first thing that we need to understand is that in this exercise, the person is selling the contract. So selling, remember, means a short position. So this person is selling 8 future contracts. Each future contract has a size of $500,000 pesos, and the closing price is 10 cents of dollars for each peso. So to understand this person is forced to sell pesos at the price of $0.1 per peso. And how many pesos were 500,000 times 8, as we have 8 contracts. So first, let's calculate the initial value, the value of my position. So remember that formula was the number of contracts times the size times the price. Okay, so that is the formula. So what we are going to do in here is to multiply the number of contracts, 8 times $500,000 times 0.1. So this is the value of my position in dollars, right? And then we need to calculate the value of my position depending on the different spots that we have in the end of the contract. So we have letter A, 0.12, 0.098, and 0.11. So let's calculate these numbers. So 8 times $500,000 times, and the first one is 0.12, right? Then the next one, it will be 8 times $500,000 times 0.098. And the last one, it will be 8 times $500,000 times 0.11. So these are the values of my position in the other, in A, B, and C. Now, the last thing that I need to know is if I am getting a profit or loss from this. So to do that, I need to subtract or get the difference from, I will highlight this one because this is the initial position. I need to compare the difference between letter A and the initial position, between letter B and the initial position, between letter C and the initial position. But I need to know if I am getting profit or loss. So first, let's think about it. If I have a short position, a sell position, that means that I am forced to sell my pesos at $0.10. So if the market is willing to pay me more, but I am forced to sell them at 0.10, will I be happy or sad? I think I will be sad, right? Because I could be doing this amount of money from selling my pesos in the market, but instead I am forced to sell it at this price. So that's why in here it will be a loss in the first exercise in letter A. So I need to calculate the difference. It will be minus 80,000. So it's a loss because the market is more expensive than in the future, and that for me is bad because I am forced to sell. If this would be a long position like buying, I will be happy, right? Because I will be paying less than what the market is. So let's do the next one. In the next one is the opposite. Now the market is cheaper and I am forced to sell it at a more expensive price. So that is good for me. So that will be profit. And in that case, it will be 8,000 profit. Then in the last one, it will be similar to the first one. It will be a loss because the market is 0.11 and the future is 0.1. So something that you can see from this exercise is that when you have a sell position, the formula to calculate the final result is the value of your position, the initial value, minus whatever you have in the exercises. So it is always this minus this. And in the long position, when you have buy, is the opposite. This one minus this one. I think if you check the exercise that we did in the last week, you will notice that with the more practice you have, I think it will get easier to understand. In this week, you will have to practice more, and you will notice this. Hopefully, you will get it straightforward. Okay, so I think this is the first exercise. I will do another video with the other two exercises.